Hey guys, welcome back to Cocky Gachas, and in this video we're going to talk about the new Valentine's Day event that just dropped not too long ago and see what you can exactly get out of it. Let's dive right in. So right here we are on the event page, and here you can see I have unlocked the Bonbon Chocolate stage, which is like a Chloe event, so to speak, right, where you can get currency on the daily basis based on challenges. And how to unlock it, go to the event story, right? I've skipped everything. I'm going to read it later on when I have more time, so not going to touch on that. But once you finish all of the stages, you're going to get the tickets and you're going to unlock this Bonbon Chocolate stage also. So once you go in, I'm just going to briefly explain how this works. So you can't straight away do challenge stage 7, right? You have to do stage 1, then you unlock stage 2, then stage 3. So if you were to finish everything today, you're going to finish stage 1, stage 2 and stage 3 because you only have 3 challenges. So next tomorrow you're going to be able to do stage 4, stage 5 and stage 6, provided you complete every single one, right? Progressively more difficult, of course. And then on the third day itself, you'll be able to go to stage 7. You can see there is various like initial clear rewards also on this stages, and particularly I think the initial clear rewards are pretty decent, but you can see the love potions that you are going to get are kind of little. I'm going to touch on that in detail later. So how this works is like, this is like dual gates but not exactly the same. You can feel the same team twice. You're going to see footage from my clear. I'm able to feel the same team twice, and something that's different also is that the despite the dual gate having like one stage whereby it's going to nerf your units and then one that is going to buff your units, the Bonbon stages have both of them being buffs, right? So something that people might not be considering, they might see this, hey, I'm only clearing like the dual gate stage 5, stage 6, can I even clear stage 7 for this event? I'm not going to say 100% you can, but I'm going to say that there's a high chance you can, because you can feel the same team twice and because of these bonds, right? These boons. So it's definitely going to be able to help you clear stage 7. I don't think it's going to be particularly difficult. I still don't think that this is on the same level as dual gates, right? Yeah, it's far cry from it, but that's not what we are going to take a look at, right? This is this basically, it's very easy, I feel, for me, but for new beginners, maybe you can only clear like stage 5, stage 6, and we're going to take a look at the currency later. But first, we take a look at the shop itself. So the shop here, you can see the costumes, the prices have been reduced, the shop, the furniture has been reduced, and then we are going to also have Jacqueline as well as the Rebecca souls, right? Same as before, 3 souls each up for picks, and also there is going to be the missions. The missions, you're going to get 60 love potions per day, and you can also get the free copy of Jacqueline as well as Rebecca, which is the equivalent of Chloe and Naya in the Chloe event, right? So after completing the mission, so these are free. But what we are going to really talk about here is the currency, and I feel like this is a big shaft, so let's move on to the currency. So here on screen you can see I've calculated up how much currency you are going to get from the event itself through the whole duration. I'm going to explain to you how to decipher, right? It's actually quite simple. So for dailies, every day you're still going to get 60 event currencies per day, and then the event runs for 21 days, right? So for the whole duration itself, you're going to get 21 days of the currency. You're going to get 1,260, and then stage 7 clears here. We take a look at the stage 1 to 6 first clears first. So if you are to clear stage 1 to 6 the first time, right, because you have to clear all of them before you can unlock stage 7, so it's going to give you 330 event currency, but it takes up 6 challenges of your days, right? So you only have left with 19 days, which is why every day for the rest of the days you are going to get 270 currencies based on 3 challenges on stage 7, and for the rest of 19 days you're going to get 5,130, and in total you only get 6,720, which is a far cry from what you got previously in the Chloe event. But let's not cover that, right? If you are not even clearing stage 7, imagine you're only clearing stage 6. I think that most people should be able to clear stage 6. Looking at the overall stage itself, right? You should be able to do it. And if you even do stage 6, right, you only get 6,150. So it's much worse, but it's not that much worse given the fact that both are very bad. So I feel that it's quite ridiculous that after the first time they've given so much currency, right, they cut back so much that it kind of feels like it's the first event but without the fix itself, and even worse, right? I think that the first event, the Chloe event, they were more generous before the like outburst of outrage of people, right, saying that hey, the event currency is way too low, like you need to fix it. But this time around, they made it even less, and I suspect it's because they feel that the stage 7 is not that difficult, right? Specifically, they make it much easier, so it's much accessible. Meanwhile, the Chloe event itself is more of like okay, if you can do high damage, you're going to get more rewards. If you only can do low damage, then you're going to get minuscule rewards. But from that aspect, it's a big shaft because there's no way for the like more end game players to get even more rewards, like compared to like a like early mid game player, because stage 7 is very clearable in my opinion, right, for a lot of people. But it's not going to benefit the people that are already past certain, like if for instance if you're in chapter 15, chapter 16, right, you can be able to clear like stage 7 very easily. And I think even if they were to introduce a stage 8, stage 9, people can still clear it by fielding the same teams. So it's quite ridiculous, and initially I thought that I missed something, which is why I went ahead and go into the Tau expeditions, right? Because I remember that they are going to change the Valentine's Day, the monsters into like the heart shapes stuff, and I thought that they are going to drop the event currency. I was like, hey, oh, I was too quick to judge, right? Maybe those expedition monsters actually drops the event currency. But guess what? I go to 3 of my friends' towns, and they are all level 10 and above, right? So they have 2 areas unlocked. So I have like 20 monsters, so 60 monsters. I didn't get anything unless I'm specifically very unlucky. I think that it's just a cosmetic change. They are not going to drop any event currencies, and for this amount of event currency that you're going to get, I think people are going to be very unhappy. And I've spoken about this before. I don't think that it's because they are not being generous. You still can get 4 copies of Jacqueline if you really want to. Yeah, I don't think anyone is going for Rebecca, but people are always going to set expectations based on previous results, right? And the previous results from Chloe event has already, like what I spoke, it has set a precedent that the people are going to expect certain amount of rewards, and now to shaft them in such a like drastic manner, right? People are going to feel like, oh shit, this is this how the game is going to turn out to be. They are going to give us a very generous first event. They are going to listen to us, but subsequently they are going to just continue to try to like string down our so-called like disposable income or event currencies, so to speak, and then each event is going to get worse and worse. We're going to get less and less, and then they are going to force us to purchase more in-app purchases. Are free to play even going to have a place in this game? How do we compete, right? But honestly, I do think that the event itself has one very big problem, and that is not just the event currency. I feel like the costume should be free, first things first, because this is like the participation reward for joining the event itself, right? Why should it cost event currency? I don't get it. The furniture as well, if you don't make it free, at least make it very cheap, right? People are that it's only a 2-week limited period, and yet you are not giving people anything to work with. Like just give them more free gifts, right? Like specific to the event. It's good that you are giving them Everstones. It's good that you are giving them the free copies of Jacqueline, as well as the free copy of Rebecca. But what people really want is to be able to say that, hey, this cosmetic shows that I've been here in this event, I partook in this event, and then I can display it in my town. People know that, hey, I'm an old school player, I played in the first event, the second event. But now you are forced to choose between efficiency, which is 3 copies of whatever dupes that you really want. And imagine this, right? 6,000 and 6,720 of this event currencies itself. You can, once you buy 3 copies of any dupe, eventually you even go for Jacqueline or Rebecca, right? You're left with 720. Can you buy the costume? You can't, right? You can only buy 1 furniture, and the rest of it is like, oh, what can I buy? The towels? Yeah. But I honestly feel like people are definitely going to be unhappy about this, and I'm not sure how they are going to react. And that about does it for the review of the Valentine's Day event, as well as a breakdown for the currency of what exactly you can get, right? So that you can plan ahead depending on what stage you can clear. Personally, I'm not too bothered that we got shafted this bad, but I know that people are going to be very bothered, and the general public is going to have like an outrage again. So we'll wait and see what exactly the devs are going to do. But on the other hand, if you're also interested in learning some very niche, nifty tricks, right, so that you can prepare for the upcoming guild boss itself, definitely check out this video over here where I teach you how to cancel animations and attacks. I'll see you guys over there. This is Cocky Gachas signing off.